Howdy folks, Dr. Ed here with Total Body Healthcare, and I've got your Whiteboard Wednesday poster thought of the week. As you can see, I've got two posters up this week, primarily because they both have pretty much the same message on them. I have one of these posters in my exam room, and then this other poster is here in the adjusting area. The reason I have two of them is, even though they say the same thing, is because that message is very, very important, and I want to make sure that everybody hears it. So that's what I want to share with you today on Whiteboard Wednesday. The message really, if I could define health in one word, it would be adaptability. If you cannot adapt to the changes in your environment, both your external environment and your internal environment, if you cannot adapt to the changes in your environment, you're not going to be healthy. As a kind of an extreme example, let's say that it's 5 degrees Fahrenheit outside, and you go outside and your body does not adapt to that temperature, you're going to die. It's that simple. So being healthy equates to being able to adapt to your environment. How do we do that? Of course, it's your nervous system. That's what we always talk about in chiropractic. Your nervous system, at its basic, most foundational job, if you will, is to detect and react to the changes in your environment. Again, externally and internally. When I say internally, I mean changes in your hormone levels or what you ate for lunch. Your body has to sense those different things through the nervous system and adapt to them. If it doesn't adapt, you're going to lose different levels of your health. So what we talk about on these two posters, how we adapt, is primarily up to our autonomic nervous system. And then that autonomic nervous system has two subdivisions, if you will. One is called your sympathetic nervous system. The other one's called your parasympathetic nervous system. The sympathetic nervous system is what a lot of people know of as the fight or flight system. In this poster here, it's referred to as the gas pedal. The parasympathetic nervous system is known as your rest and relax, or rest and digest, or rest and heal nervous system. In this poster, it's referred to as your brake pedal. We have to have balance between those two. So many patients, and not just my patients, but just in society in general, we're stressed out. Boy, our foot's on the gas pedal. We're in that fight or flight mode so much. And I can even see it in my patients when they come in here. There's a tad bit of almost fear in their eyes, if they will, and not because they're at a new chiropractor's office, just society in general. We're so stressed these days. We've got our foot punched on that gas pedal, and we're just go, go, go. The key quote that's on both of these posters here is by Dr. Bruce Lipton. He says, "You can't be in growth and protection at the same time." Think about it. If you are in fight or flight mode, you're fighting a bear, or you see a bear, you got to decide what you're going to do about it. Your body goes into that fight or flight mode. It cannot do anything about healing. It's worried about survival at that point. So there's no healing that takes place. The parasympathetic nervous system that's the brake pedal. That's where we heal. So your body has to be able to transition between those two systems efficiently and quickly as your environment changes. If there's no bear, you should be able to shift over into the parasympathetic nervous system and help and begin the healing process from whatever was going on prior to that. The balance between the two is really, really important, and that's where regular chiropractic adjustments come in. If your nervous system is in good tune and functioning fully, you should be able to shift between the gas pedal and the brake pedal, between the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems rather efficiently. I just had a new patient this week. Her first visit, she was definitely one that is on the gas pedal all the time. I know her outside of the office as well, and she is just a very anxious personality. And she even said just after her first adjustment, she says, I feel like my body's relaxing. And she really didn't come in here for a whole lot of pain. She wasn't in a whole lot of pain. I was just encouraging her on how chiropractic care can really improve her overall health. And she said after her first adjustment, I feel like I'm relaxed. And she never said that before. Again, I know her outside the office, and she's pretty wound up tight. So these posters are great examples of showing giving you a visual between we need to have the balance between the parasympathetic and sympathetic nervous system. If you use the gas and brake pedal analogy, think about this. You can't be on both. If you were on both of them in your car would blow up. You can't do that. You've got to be on the gas pedal, but then you also have to be able to pump the brake pedal. There's times when we've got to do the gas pedal. We have to get stuff done. We've got to put out some energy. So we step on the gas pedal. Most of us get stuck there though. We need to be able to learn how to step on the brake pedal. Chiropractic care helps your nervous system adapt between the two of those. If that's something that you think you need help with, give our office a call. I'm happy to just kind of sit down, talk with you a little bit more. This is actually something that we can measure here in the office with our scanning equipment. It gives us a picture of where you're stuck. You may be stuck on the gas pedal, you may be stuck on the brake pedal. The scan will tell us that. It will give us very accurate information whether we can, and so we know where to start with helping you with your overall health. I'm Dr. Ed with Total Body Healthcare. There's your Whiteboard 2 poster thought of the week.